Hello YouTube, it's RedFox468 and I'm here to give out another how to draw video. Now we're gonna focus on hands and eyes this time, like many different kinds and poses that we can try out, and you can practice with them to make different poses as you wish. So you know what, let's get that right here in the middle of the page and start drawing without wasting any more time. Okay, so the basic shape for a hand will, I guess, would be like a trapezoid. Something like this. It's kind of like a trapezoid, if you can imagine it. Just these angles going a little bit more off, this one more to this way. And this is for a basic open hand. It's a little basic way of drawing it. Okay, now we're gonna have the fingers, and pretty much if you ever look at your fingers from the line right here all the way to this over here, it's pretty much half of your palm. So yeah, try to eyeball it as if you wish. But yes, basically this is the basic way of drawing hands. One of the basic ways of drawing hands, and it just practicing and you'll get used to making different poses with them. Let's just imagine right over here. What? There we go. So you're kind of going like a type of pyramid formation here, but instead of being a spike on the top, you're gonna round it off. And the middle finger, the index finger is always a little bit, somewhat half an inch smaller than the middle finger. Now the ring finger, it is somewhat of the size of the middle finger, closely. While all these fingers are closely at the same length, the little pinky finger is actually quite small. So yeah, just keep in mind that the middle finger is always going to be the biggest. The ring finger is like real close to it, while the index finger is like I haven't drew this wrong, it's like somewhere over here. The pinky will always be the smallest, but not this small, probably a little bit bigger. Like around, and that a little bit more, who knows. The thumb, so we'll end up over here. It will actually be a little bit bigger than what it is right now. it's night, so right now I'm pretty tired. Didn't have time to do this in the morning, in the afternoon, so I'm doing it right now. So yes, someone like around this much. It's always looking at your hand. Okay, so from this middle finger to the pinky, I have a line that goes somewhere like this. And where my thumb folds, so you can probably just have to end the lines or something like that. It always ends up like into an M style formation here. It's right there. I mean, experiment. I mean, you don't have to put this many wrinkles in your hands when you're drawing manga or any other things, but if you want, you can add that. So now we're gonna try some poses, and one will be grabbing a sword or a knife or whatever. The other one would just be a fist, yep, and a relaxed hands. Okay, pretending this is the arm, the forearm, let's begin to draw the relaxed hand. Now we start with this one over here, this little line over here, which is this part. It's pretty straight sometimes. Yeah, relax. Then it comes down over here. This is this part of your finger. Kind of folding, and then you just bring your finger over here. The finger. Your index finger, and voila. Now we're gonna do the same thing. This part over here, we're gonna draw the thumb. Go here, and just draw a thumb here. Sometimes you have to make this finger a little bit more bigger because it's not actually right on the size it's supposed to be. But you get the point. Now then, we start drawing the rest of the fingers, which will end up being the middle finger here, the ring finger, and the pinky. So this is somewhat what it looked like when you have your hand relaxed. Now, most of the time you're gonna end up erasing it and trying to make it look how it's supposed to be. Do a lot. But yes, then you can add some lines on this one. Not basically important, but sometimes that's how you draw somewhat of a relaxed hand. Then sometimes you might find that this thumb are actually smaller and your fingers more stretched somewhat forward, more straighter. So a simple way of how I draw my hands, relaxed hands sometimes. Okay, now let's go to some fist. Okay, so for fist, if you're having it like looking from the back, you have to have like a type of, what's it called, a pentagon here. It's gonna be kind of a pentagonish shape. I mean, if you can see it, because I already can see it, here's like the thumb, and over here is gonna be the fingers and all that. this is how it's gonna look like. Your fingers will end up being here. This is where the fingers might show up sometimes. If you want to draw it in there. If not, you can choose however you want, like this. I'm actually going quite fast this time, so I really want to keep this short. I want to go to sleep. I'm tired. And you know, then we start drawing the knuckles here. Where your middle finger is, the middle knuckle is bigger sometimes. And most of the times it will be. You find this a lot. You just gotta make a few indications of where the index finger's at. And then you're pretty much good. And yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. When drawing fists, like when they have them down or something at a certain type of angle. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and add shades and more details into it, but this is the basic, somewhat of it. I mean, as long as you know what it is and people know what it is, there's no problem. So here we go. Now we're gonna go to the hand holding a weapon. Okay, so for this one we're gonna draw the weapon first. Like a staff or something. So pretty much like we did with the fists, we're gonna be doing the same thing, only a little bit different. This is actually the index finger. So this is the index finger. Right here. There's the middle finger. And they're all gonna be going like in a certain one type direction, like in one direction pretty much. Like fanning out. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm in a rush. There we go. Let's somewhat of how it should look like. If you pretty much don't know how to draw this, just grab something, look at it from an angle, and you get a sense of an idea of how or where it's gonna be, and you have no trouble drawing it. It's all at, like, you always have to look at something to know how to draw it. It's logic. And you can draw like the thumb over here, showing that the thumb is over there, so it can look something like that. I don't know. Then, if you want, you can start adding like little indications of knuckles here. There you go. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna check the time, and then if we have more time, I'm gonna do some eyes. Okay, so we are gonna do some eyes. Now, last time I talked about two basic eyes. This one, which is two curves, top and bottom, and then the eye in the middle. And this one. These are the most two basic eyes you will probably find. And there's many different ways to draw this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw it at different angles. So let's go over here and draw the first angle, which is the side view. Okay, in my manga that I've been working on, and whenever I draw side views, I pretty much do the eye. It's supposed to be like that. No. Pretty much like this, and then like that. That's pretty much what I do. But when you're drawing eyes from the side view, make sure you keep it a little bit less wider. Not like this. This is like way too big. And the eyes are more like ovals instead of circles. They're more ovalish. So here's another way of drawing it that I've seen so far in Mark Hurley's book. Brody's goes, I seen something like this. You can see it conveys, it shows that it's looking this way. And that's what you want to keep your viewers, people you're showing, that the character is in fact looking at that direction. Horrible. So that's in a certain thing to do. Let me see if I can copy like one of his pictures, one of Mark Hurley's drawings. Okay, so I was searching on Mark Hurley's book. Right now I have it right here in my hand, and right now if I found a side view, and what he does is this is Brody, by the way. So what he does is that he has the eye somewhat like this. So he actually uses this technique of drawing eyes in his side view. And then he has the eye in an oval shape like that. And he shows like the little highlights. That's how basically he has him. And then he has the eyelid, or whatever it's called, here. This is like real dark. But it's somewhat like this. So you can. I'm gonna look for another one and show you that way. Okay, so I found in Brody's Ghost Book 1 when I'm not gonna reveal anything, but he's pretty scared. So this is how his eyes somewhat look like. I recommend his books, they're real good. I've read him like more than once. Okay, there we go. This is how it looks like, and as you can see, it conveys the character to. It conveys the reader to know that he's like in shock. He's real scared. The way he did his eyes here, and then big eye part with a little pupil there, whatever it is called. The well, I can't remember the name. Anyway, there. That's one way. And there's many different ways. Let me look for another one. Be back. Okay, so here's another side view, and he uses the same technique that we were talking about, like the regular side view that we've seen. This one we can see it more somewhat clearly. Go. And this is like in a side view, kind of somewhat surprised, but not like total shock surprise. Oops. It's an oval, not a circle. But it's something like this. Something like this. Now, I'm gonna do one more video, but it's gonna be like in a somewhat, not like very side view, but more like a kind of twisted side view. So let me go ahead and look for it, and then I'll do that. Okay, so here we're gonna have another eye, and this time it's not Brody's eye. This time it's his ex-girlfriend's eye. So it's somewhat turned. So there we go. And then the other eyes are like on this side, which will end up being I'm never good at this part, drawing this side of the eye. It's real difficult for me to get it right. And when I get this side right, I get the other side wrong. I hope you can hear me if I'm not speaking too low. But this is probably just a one time, since like really, for me it's late, like really late. So, as you can see, this is the side somewhat turned. Well, kind of, almost. So I'm gonna do another one, and I think that'll be it. Okay, so this is the other part that I was talking about. It's kind of turned like into the side view, but not exactly. So let me just drop Brody's. And no copyright intended in this video. Just using his videos as examples. I'm not actually putting anything of his stories in here, because I'm not gonna reveal any of his stories whatsoever. Something like that. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna have eyes somewhat like this. It's actually more over here. It looks kind of strange right now. My eye hurts. If you can hear my sister in the background, please ignore her. So here we go. And this is like in a type of side view with a little twist. His head is like a little bit twisted. I was disturbed, so I had to stop the video. Just focus on the eye, please. And here we go. Something like this. Maybe he has lines here. So this is how he has his head or something. Then over here has some wrinkles. So as you can see, like it's showing at a little bit more tilted angle. But yes. Actually, this place is where his eyebrow is, like somewhere right here. But yes. That's about it. I have to say about eyes. One thing I do, if you like really want to learn how to draw eyes, make them up. I mean, there's many different ways. I mean, take the second basic eye, and then I seen this in some drawings. You just do this and put this little line here. Go like that, and boom. That's a way of drawing an eye. And there's countless of ways. It's just you have to create it. there's like millions of ways. The most important thing is not how to draw it, like which design of way of drawing it, but you as the artist to figure out the angle you want the eye, and to figure out what design you want your eye to have. There's millions of ways you can create your own, and it will be a manga as long as it follows the proportions and stuff. So let me zoom out and yeah. So just all I have to say is make your own eyes, make your own hands, your own positions, your own angles, your own pose, whatever. It's all about you. It's whatever you prefer. And thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. Like the video if you care, if you want to. Thank you for watching this video, and always remember, every mistake, it's an inspiration.